So hello
As
everyone. I think I will give you the floor. Okay, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Teacher Vida. So, hi everyone. Konbanwa. My name is Teacher Kish. So, I'm just a new teacher here in KI. I've been teaching online for 4 years already, and I'm from Bayoan City, Negros Oriental. But currently, I live at my sister's house here in Dumaguete City.
So now we are going to talk about something not so serious, but a little, a little, a little serious. Okay. So since you're a new teacher here po, yeah, I'm so thankful that you accepted our invitation to be part of our live stream.
Thank you for the invitation, Teacher Mina. But honestly, I feel nervous and a little bit excited. Yes, but let's
Okay.
enjoy the moment.
That's okay. Relax. You can breathe now. All right. So I'll just ask you some questions and maybe some people would learn from your answers. So let's try. Are you ready?
I should be ready.
You don't have any choice. All right. So yeah, my first question for you, since we all know that 2020, it's not kind of a bad year, but I think that's kind of a challenging year for everybody.
That's right.
So yeah, do you have any regrets about your 2020?
Honestly, looking back to what had happened in 2020, like regardless of, either they are good or not so good things, I think they have served their purpose, at least for me, for my own experience. Although there are some moments that, like you have to be resilient amidst of the adversities, but I think that's what life is all about. That despite of, I mean, it's a chock full of surprises, as what other people say. Na like you will never know what you get. You'll never know what will happen in the next few days, but you have to enjoy it. But sometimes you cannot just romanticize life or right? Like you have to also acknowledge both the good and the bad. But with the regrets, I think none. Like nothing. I didn't regret anything. Although there are really times that I couldn't sleep at night because I've been like reflecting or thinking too much about things. But that's why I always remind myself to breathe and at least try to pause for a moment if I feel like I'm being too tight and I'm being too like hard on myself. So with the regrets, wala po. Nothing. Wala.
Oh, wow, interesting. So it means like you appreciate all the bad and the good.
Yes. What about you, Teacher Mina? Do you have any regrets in 20?
Regrets?
Uh,
I think that regret so far, maybe, I think none.
mm-mm.
Personally, none. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
actually, I'm so thankful because I learned a lot
Mm-mm.
last year.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like I learned a lot of giving importance to not just family, not just the people you love, but also, like, for example, the food.
Mm-mm. That's true. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because before, like, I don't really think of having. I mean, like when there's food, like there's food. Like sometimes I don't really say like, oh, I'm thankful that there's food.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but when I realized like during the pandemic there was a lockdown, and then
Mm-mm.
most of us we cannot go out, right? And then
Mm-mm.
we just need to wait. But we still have food at the time. I mean, it's just that the importance of food is more. Yeah, yeah. Like I appreciate it more. Yeah, than
Mm-mm.
before. So I think that's one thing that I really learned a lot.
Mm-mm.
So nothing, no regrets.
Wow, that's nice. I agree with you because sometimes if we always encounter things like every day on a daily basis, we get used to it, right? Like we tend to say thank you, even grace or a prayer before and after meal because we get used to it. So I agree with you. Thank you, Teacher
Yeah.
Mina.
Thank you also, and it's so nice answer. All
Mm-mm.
right. So before that, before my next question, I think because we have like a kind of a game, right? That we prepared. So yeah, I think this is the chance to give spice to our live stream for tonight.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, you can just pick questions. I think. Or which one would you like? Would you like me to start, or you would like to start?
Yes. It's okay. You can start the would you rather question.
All right, so I think I would start first. So I have a question for you. Yeah. Would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood? Which one you prefer?
I'm trying to grasp the question, but I think I would choose the latter, like the second choice, because I think your house you can still, I mean, if you have the money and the resources, you can still change like the physical feature of your house, right?
Exactly.
But your neighborhood, you cannot just change it like in an instant.
Yeah, like oh, you moved to another place. I don't need you in my neighborhood. We cannot say that, right?
You have to carry everything with you, so I would choose the latter. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Would you rather date someone you met
Ah,
online or go on a blind date?
ah, wait, I need coffee.
You can drink your coffee.
Okay. I think I'm shocked.
You were
Okay.
okay. Hi.
Okay. Would you rather date someone you met online or I think online.
Yes, why?
The reason is at least I met that person online and I still have the chance to like know about that person even though
Mm-mm.
it's just online. But
Mm-mm.
when you say a blind date, I don't think yeah, what if like that person is ugly? Even though physical appearance is not that important, but I think it's 50-50.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I'll
Wow.
choose to meet someone online on blind date.
I appreciate your honesty, Teacher Mina. Yes, and I think that's a normal. Like, it's the reality is we would always say that I'm not looking for a physical appearance, but I think that's the reality. Like, the first thing that you notice in a person is really the physical, right? But sometimes it's go deeper when you talk to that person.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
Mm-mm.
everybody say looks are not important, but
Mm,
I don't know. I think you will just like not honest. I mean, it's like faking your answer if you'll say
uh,
I don't care about the looks, something like that. So
that's true. As long as he is neat and he smells good.
yeah, I think that's the most.
Important.
Yeah, smells good.
Uh, uh,
That's more better. Okay. All right. So yeah, thank you so much. Now I'm going to ask you another question.
all right. Mm-mm.
So, other than time and money, what do
Mm-mm.
you want more of in New Year?
Okay, so for this year, okay, I would go for the time and money first because last year, like we have realized like so much, right? That time is very important. Although we were given the time to stay at home for uh, how long? Like more than 2 months for
Mm-hmm.
some places, and of course money, like when we run out of money, we cannot, of course we cannot buy or uh, how do you call it, like you cannot buy your daily things or essentials, right? So it's very important. But I think well, we have, all of us have 24 hours and we cannot just add few more hours on it. But for money, we can always do some things, or like online business or part-time business to gain more money. But I think for this year I just really want to have a good health, not only for myself but for my family and for like for my loved ones, for everyone. Yes, and yeah, it's health is very important. Like I mean, regardless of you have like insurance or whatever like health benefits that you have, the reality is yes, you'll get insured and well, practically it would really help you. But the reality is, especially if you're in the midst of like you're getting sick, they couldn't really spare you from dying,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So the best thing to do is really invest in your food, in your health, and the other one is I think I'd go for I want to be more intentional with the things that I do. I mean, I've been trying to be intentional with everything that I do, especially at work or when I edit photos, when I take photos. But I realized that that's not the thing. You should or we should be more intentional in doing the things even if we don't feel like doing them. Like the smallest things, right? Especially for like making coffee or drinking your coffee. Like you have to enjoy every sip of it. And
Exactly.
coffee, coffee is, I think it's meant to be enjoyed. So yes, so that's it. To be physically healthy, I mean holistically healthy, not only for myself, and to live intently. That's it.
Oh, wow. Very smart answer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think yeah, because we could just not like they said you only live once, right? And you need to enjoy life, which is really good. But I think you also need to be more motivated of what you're doing, or yeah, you need to think like, oh, why am I doing this? Because I really need to. So
Mm-mm.
that's really the best part of it. So yeah, good health for everybody, not just for ourselves. I think that's very important since there is a new virus, right?
Yeah, that's true. What about like for you, Teacher Mina? What are the other things that you think you want to have more for this year?
Honestly, instead of money, of course we need money for our everyday lives, right? So yeah, that's one of the priorities. But I still have a lot of things that I really wanted to achieve actually. Like
Mm.
I think this is maybe the first time to share it with everybody because I have a how do you call it? A long lost brother. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Like I think people um knew me having like two sisters, which is my eldest sisters.
Mm-mm.
But people don't know. I think only few of the
Mm-mm.
people who knew that I have a long lost brother, which is I really wanted to meet.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, meet my long lost brother. I think not only me, even my mom and even
Mm-mm.
my sister, because my dad had an affair a long, long time ago. But now they're okay, actually. My mom and my dad are okay. So it's just that I really wanted to meet him since I think maybe he's already around 19 or 20 years old.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah, actually, like that's my first goal. I even asked my dad and my mom like about the name of that girl, but
Mm-mm.
they went to the US a long,
Mm.
long time ago. So like
Mm-mm.
we don't have the chance.
Mm-mm.
Which is my mother, even my mom, she really wanted to meet that uh our long lost brother because we don't have any she doesn't have a son, right? All of us are all girls.
Mm-mm.
So like even though like people think that oh maybe you have a hard feelings about your brother because like
Mm-mm.
she's not totally your brother from mom and your dad. So yeah, like
Mm-mm.
that's my first goal actually, to find my long lost brother.
How do you? I really pray for you that you could find him one day.
Yeah, I hope so. Like even my dad, yeah, like when I asked him last time, like, what's the
Mm.
name of your old
Yes.
affair? Yeah, and then
Ah.
he
Ah.
even mentioned that the full name of the girl. And yeah, even my mom, yeah, like really my mom, she also told us like, oh, you should try like on Facebook, search on Facebook, something like that. And then we asked them like, oh, we need the full name of the girl.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like we don't have any hard feelings because they are okay. That was long, long time ago already. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, like I think everybody forgave each other, so they are okay now.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's just a one mistake.
That's great because yes, I mean it takes a brave heart to forgive like a how do you say it? It's not just a simple mistake, so it involves family.
Yeah, but
So
even before when we knew about it, I think
mm,
we had a bad feeling at first, but
mm,
when my mom said, "Oh, you have a baby brother." Yeah, from your father or something like
mm,
that. And then she even showed us the picture. Yeah, and it looks like me the when he was a baby. Yeah. And then it really looks like me. Okay, and then I said, "Oh, he looks cute. We should
mm,
like find him." And then the day after, we talked about it when my mom asked, like
mm,
the boy, the baby boy, and his family already flew to the U.S. So
mm,
we don't have the chance.
to
And
meet.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Even my mom, like she got disappointed, but
mm.
she really wanted to because the girl was her friend actually. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's a long, long story, but yeah, that's how it goes before.
mm-mm. Wow, your mom is very brave that she was able to forgive such. I mean, I know that nobody's perfect, but not all people have the heart to forgive, right?
Yeah.
So, wow.
At first, she was like kind of really
Mm-mm,
disappointed, and even my grandfather, the father of my father, said, "Oh,
mm-mm,
you should if you don't if you don't want, you can like how do you call it, like split up, annul something like that."
mm-mm,
But my mom tried, and then my dad doesn't want also. Yeah,
mm.
he doesn't want to split up with my mom. I think he really loves my mom, even though he was a
Yes,
chick boy long, long
that's
time
true.
ago.
That's true.
Because they said my dad was the Gabby conception of the family. So yeah,
Wow.
so that's why.
Conquers all, teacher Mina.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that.
Let's
Since
declare.
since last 2020, when the year 2020 has started, what did you think it would be like?
Okay, so the first month of 2020, I was actually trying to prepare for my trip to Siargao because I was very excited. But that was the time actually na the first COVID case, like there was, I don't know if it was really speculating during that time. It was actually circulating on the social media that the first COVID case in the Philippines was here in Dumaguete. Like they contact traced it, and then I think they went to Darwin, like it's a scuba, how do you say it, like a scuba diving uh,
Please.
in here place here in Negros. And so but that was, and you know what, after that Dumaguete and I think Bayon, like everybody got scared, and then it was like a ghost town for I think a week. And then like the place, it's very quiet. People were like they were scared to go out. And so I was really hesitant. Now we could push through with our travel to Siargao. So I was like praying that, Lord, please, please, I hope this isn't true. But it happened that the travel and the airports weren't that strict that time.
Mhm.
So because it was still starting to came out, and there's no certain answer to, everybody was just like trying to ask or speculating something. So and then eventually, like February, we really we went to Siargao in February, and then we met different types of travelers during our travel because we joined a group tour. And
Mhm.
then our best friend met some, I mean my best friend met my best friend and I met some like women who are solo travelers too, and then we got inspired by their stories, like their
Are they locals? Are they from Philippines or foreigners?
they were local, and then one is from Davao and the other one is from I think Manila, somewhere in Luzon. And then like my best friend and I were like talking, why not try to have solo travels also? Like we've been traveling with friends, why not try it on our own? So I was like, we got very excited that to the point that I booked a flight
To Siargao?
to Camiguin the next month before the lockdown, because I was confident that I could travel last year. So I was thinking that 2020 would be a a
Good
year
year.
a year of travel and adventure. So I booked a ticket like around last week of March. It was like a round ticket because there was a piece of fare during that time. So I took the chance, and then I was like praying that, Lord, I hope I could really make it to Camiguin in October. That was supposed to be my first solo travel. Well, October came, and the airline, I got an email from the airline telling me that my flight was canceled. But I was really thankful because even though I wasn't able to travel to Camiguin or to meet my friends, I was able to push through some things. I mean, how do you say it? Like, there are some important things that I get started. I got to start doing in the first. I mean, no, in the like around mid-year, like
Yeah.
dwelling on the things that I cannot do. Why not just focus more on the things that I can do and I still have? So
Oh,
yes.
yeah. But I think
Mm-mm.
it's good. What do you think of like solo travelers?
I think those people are, for me, I mean, honestly, like it really took me like for few years to have a breakthrough. Before, especially when I am asked by my sisters or by my parents to like go to like to pay the bills or to run errands for them, like I have this kind of, I'm not sure how do you call it, but like I always think negatively that something would happen
Oh,
to me.
really?
I have that kind of, I don't know, feelings before. So when I started working in Cebu, I really tried to practice doing things on my own, like shopping alone, or yeah, window shopping alone.
Oh, yeah, because
And
you were independent in Cebu, right?
yes, I I think for 6 months already, because when I stay there, I was with my sister for the first few years. I know,
Few
1 year,
months.
more, yeah, more than a year. And then when my sister got back here in Negros, I decided to stay in Cebu to really, try um to see to measure if I could really, or test myself. I mean, if I could really um make it, like, how do you say it? Because I've been with my family for like the longest time of my life. I've been with them already, and I'm not sure. Like, I feel very dependent to,
Mm-hmm.
yes, in a way that there are some instances when I was in college that even if I'm alone at the library, I'm not comfortable about it. Yes, that's just.
Really?
And that's why when I started doing things by myself, I feel the, how do you say it, like the freedom and the
Mm-hmm.
peace, that it was actually nice spending things,
Yeah,
doing things on your.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I also like there are times that I like to be with people, and there are times like I don't know if it's just me, but I think yeah, like doing things alone. Yeah, giving yourself some time. Like it's really good also. Like you will
Mm-mm.
realize a lot of things,
Mm-mm.
right? I don't know if
That
it's just me. I think maybe you are the same, right?
mm-mm. And I just realized it when I started to appreciate my own space and my own time. Mm-mm.
Mm.
So yeah, I think solo travelers are really amazing.
Yeah, I also like it. I also like to be like a solo traveler. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
because I think growing up, I used to be with a lot of people. I mean, with a
Mm-mm.
lot of friends. Like when we go out, it's always with friends, like more than 10, something like that. Yeah,
Oo.
sometimes with cousins. Yeah. So
Mm-mm.
it's like yeah, it is fun, of course, like, right, to be with many people. But I don't know, but the feeling when you're alone, it's just like it gives you a peace of mind.
That's
And
true.
when you're
I
alone,
think I have realized one thing about like being alone. It's about detachment, Teacher Mina. Like I knew about detachment I think a year ago or few years ago. And like some of my friends, like good friends, they were like my older brother and older sisters already. Actually, they were like foreigners. They were from one is New York, the other one is from Switzerland, and then I learned a lot from them. Actually, two of them were vegetarian, and they are all like in the, how do you say it, like artist in the arts field, and then I learned a lot from them. Detachment in all areas of life. Yeah, especially relationship relation
relationship
with
with who?
with your family, with people.
Okay, with people in general.
Like detachment. When you say detachment, okay, I would ask you, when I say detachment, what is the first thing that comes into your mind?
I think in general as well. Like, yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, usually friends, I think. That's the
Mm-mm.
common one that I'm thinking. Yeah.
So like does it mean cutting communications? Or
Not only cutting communications, it's just that I don't know if it's only me also. Like when you became an adult, or when you grow up,
mm-mm.
like you will, because I think me, as when I was younger, like I always think like having many friends is really a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but when I grew up, like when I became like 20 years and older, like that's the
Mm-mm.
time you realize like not all your friends are good for you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's true. Mm-mm. That's true. Only like few people would really, how do you say it, like prove that they are worth to be your friends.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just like some other friends, like they will just message you or call you when they need something.
Mm-mm. That's true.
Yeah. So it's like,
I can
what?
relate.
It's like you're just my friend because you get benefits from me, something like that, right? So it's like, oh, I need to cut you off. I don't need you as a friend. Yeah, and there were some friends like, oh, maybe you were busy, like you don't have the time to
Mm-mm.
message us or something like that. I mean, we're
Mm-mm.
adults, right?
Mm-mm.
So
That's
we
true.
have different priorities, and our time is not only for friends,
That's true.
because
Oh.
we have work, we need
Mm.
to do the laundry, we need to do the
Mm.
cooking and everything.
That's
So it's
true.
not all my 24 hours is with me.
Mm-mm. That's true. That's true. And I'm curious, how did you cut your like communication or your relationship with those friends? Did you
Um,
just
yeah,
unfriended them?
no, no, no. I just don't communicate. I mean, like when they ask me like, "How are you doing?" Before,
Mm-mm.
like I feel really flattered when someone asks me like, "How are
Mm-mm.
you doing?" Oh, like, oh, he or she remembered me. So I should reply like fast. Oh, I'm doing good. So how about you? So, but
Oh.
now like when someone asks me, when someone like message me, "How are you doing?" Like, if
Mm.
I'm doing good, if I'm doing good, if I'm doing bad, you
Mm-mm.
will notice, right? So like I'm still alive, something
That's
like that.
true.
It's like, yeah, yeah. I don't know, as an adult, I don't really. Yeah, I the time that I cut them off, it's just that I don't communicate. I don't reply to the messages.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and like there were some friends who will just like seek for help. I mean, I love helping people, but
Mm-mm.
not all the time. Like, oh, I need, like I need to borrow money from you. Yeah, and they will just say like that, like without saying how are you doing or something, just like, oh, I need your help, blah blah blah, like that.
Mm-mm.
Why is that you can communicate with me when you need help, but when
Mm.
you don't need help, like it's like I'm nothing, right?
That's
So
true.
when you're old already, like, oh, she or he just like me because he get
Mm-mm.
benefits or she
Mm-mm.
get benefits. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, that's how I cut them off. If they don't
Mm-mm.
hear anything from me anymore, it means I cut them off.
Friends over.
That's over.
can relate to that. In fact, last 2020, I just cut my communication with two of my, well, I really thought they were good friends. And I got this, it's very funny how life sometimes makes you disappointed.
Yeah, sometimes, right?
Sometimes. But I realized that I didn't lose anything. In fact, I gained something. Like, I gained lessons from that experience and from those people. Like, that's the importance of detachment and boundaries, teacher Mina. That's what I've learned from detachment and boundaries. Like, sometimes even if we're best friends, like I have friends, how we've been friends for like more than 20 years since kindergarten.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that's true. And never like never had a chance that we borrowed money from each other or something, because we know I don't know, but we don't really verbalize it or articulate it to each other, but we know that we have our own boundaries. I knew her and she knew me. So I mean, we've been friends for since kindergarten. So I think you don't need to explain it to to a person
Because you knew each other.
who truly understands you. And it's such I forgot, but there's a saying, I think it's from the Bible, that says like, you are lucky to have a friend who sticks closer than a brother. And I think that's the most important thing in life. Like, it's not about the quantity but the quality. Yeah, choose.
Yes. I think when you're an adult, you already like think of that, right? Because
That's
when we are younger, I think we don't. Yeah, honestly, when I was a teenager, like, oh, having famous friends, having a lot of friends. Yeah, like for example, when I was in university, like some of my closest friends during high school, like they will ask me, or they will tell me, oh, you're friends with that, yeah, famous model, or famous, yeah, that singer, something like that. And then, yeah, I just said, yeah, we just met, but we're not that close. So it's like, it feels good, like it flatters me when I hear that kind of, oh, you have many friends. But then I realized, no, having a lot of friends is not also good for you. Yeah, but
That's
how yeah. But how about you? How did you? Because me, I learned how to detach. I think maybe going 20 years old. So it's
I,
quite long time already.
I mean, detachment from those friends, from those
Yeah,
people.
yeah. How about
Ah,
you? When did you learn about that?
I did the like cutting of communications last year.
Just last year.
But how do you, I am the type of person who always believe that there's always something good in every person, and everybody deserves a second chance. So I had, oh my god, I'm not sure if I'm going to say it, but okay. I want to be honest. I want to be honest. Okay, so I had a friend, a very good friend of mine, and she was like a sister to me. And then like, I shared everything with her. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because we're friends, and I treat her as like my own sister. And then after college, I think there was I think I've also being immature in that time, that I couldn't understand the word priorities, because when I was in Cebu, and she was the first person that I mean, one of the few people that I shared about my work in Cebu, that I'm already here. Of course, she's my friend, so I need to tell everything to her about what's going on in my life. So, but then I'm not sure what happened, but she didn't reply and all. And after few years, I think she reached out to me again, like 2019. So we got communication, and then we talk a lot of things, and then she told me some things that had happened to her in the past few years. And then I realized that, oh, she's gone through a lot, that's why she wasn't able to communicate with me. So I understand that part. But after that communication, I think after a few months, I don't know what happened, but she is not replying to my messages anymore, and I want to understand her. Okay, but
Mhm.
for me, I think it's not not the same, like our language of love.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have our own like different ways of showing our love or friendship or kindness to everyone. So for me, for example, if I overlook some messages, regardless if it's a classmate, an old friend, or whoever that person is, I try to back read my messages so that I can reply to that person, even if the response is late, because I don't want to feel that person that he is being ignored or what. So
Zone.
so I really tried to reach out, but for that case, like with that friend of mine, I think I'm not sure if she doesn't really want to reach out because she just like Mia
Mm-hmm.
missing in action. She got Mia like missing in action. So okay, so is it friends over? And for me lang ha, like if you don't want to be friends with me anymore, I would appreciate it if you tell it to me like direct.
Directly. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I would appreciate it. Like, you know what, you're being toxic. Can I just
Can we just FO?
even if even if it's like painful, I would accept that. At least you're being honest to me. I would really appreciate that because I'm always sometimes, especially with to my close friends, sometimes I'm being like upfront to them. I really tell them if I'm upset or I feel happy or I get annoyed by them. I always express myself to them. So I mean, I always why would I be conscious about telling them how I feel if I know that they really
Your
understand.
friends. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Like we have that connection. So I'm just being comfortable with them. So and the other friend, the second one, I just didn't reply to her messages. That's the like friends. We were friends if you need something, kind of friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I hate also.
But the reality is, yeah, we are not in control of what's happening in our life. So we should adapt and just forgive everyone or those people. So that's it.
I think that's life. That's what we call life.
Yeah, we should embrace it.
Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't mean that's life that we need to tolerate all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because me, I don't really tolerate.
Mm-mm.
It could be from a family member or yeah, a relatives, a friend.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
don't really tolerate. So
Mm-mm.
that's why most of them, like they would say, you're too frank, you're too honest. Yeah, because like for example, I don't like what you're doing. Let's say we're a group of friends, and I really tell you the truth. Like, hey, why you're doing like that? That's not good. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, some friends they will understand, right? Like they will appreciate. Oh, she told me like this, and then I think it's really good because I think I should change. Because not only that person who doesn't like it, but also other people. But there are some, yeah, they will take it as a bad thing.
That's true. And not all people will appreciate your honesty.
But I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I think it's also people needs to like sink in their mind because what I noticed recently, maybe this the last year and this year, many people think of what other people think of them, right?
That's true. Oh, I
Which is
agree.
it doesn't give you a peace of mind,
That's true.
and you will think of it all the time if you think of other people like what they said to you, right? So yeah, it will just give you a bad life. Just don't give an F to those people.
That's true. You don't need to justify your existence, and you don't need to how do you say it? Like validate,
Yeah, exactly.
justify everything. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Just
Or
for
you
the
don't
sake
need a
of those people.
validation.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's your life. You live your life. Yeah. Because they like we have a saying, right? You are the author of your life. Don't let anybody handle the pen or for your own book. So
That's
you're the
true.
author.
That's true. And there is a quote that that I actually want to share with you, and it says, um, "Never postpone your happiness." And it's like I got it from a motivational video. Like there was a question that being asked, like, what would I regret if I died today? So it's like I just want to relate it with what you said, that people would always say, like, if they're already on their deathbed, they would always say, I wish I had a life to true to myself, not a life expected of me. So before we even come to that point or get to that point, we should practice it now.
Yeah. We
Mm.
should.
We should.
Actually, we should. Yeah, because people, I don't know if it's just in our country, yeah, not to criticize, but many people, yeah, they are thinking about, oh, well, why are these people think of this, like something like that. Like it's so toxic, right?
That's
Because
true.
me,
And
I always care about what other people think of me before.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
But yeah, as what I've told you, reaching more than 20 years old, I realized I should not give them time. Yeah, I should not
Oh.
stress myself about these people because who are they in my life? They're just nothing. You're just an
Oh.
yeah, you're just an audience.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
right. You don't
Mm,
let an audience predict what you should do or what you
Yes,
shouldn't do.
that's true. Do not let you spoil your life or your happiness.
Exactly. When you're happy, just do it. And when
That's true.
other people is not happy about what you're doing, don't care.
Ignore them. Ignore them.
Ignore them. Yeah. If they said, why you're doing that? It doesn't make me happy. And
Mm.
who the hell are you if you're not happy, right?
Yes, that's true. And speaking about that, are you familiar with the wife of Jay Shetty?
Shetty. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, I'm not
I
sure about
always
the.
watch their videos.
Yes, her wife is I think she's a vegan and a nutritionist probably. And then she always share like a Monday motivation video on her Instagram, and she always say that like she always get a like a passage from there. I'm not sure, but for Christian it's called Bible, but for them from and then she would always get a like a verse or a passage that would like strike her or that she could relate to, and then she would share her insights. And there was like a content where she shared na it goes this way, like we are not in the right position, like no one is in the right position to tell a person what he or she do must what he or she must do in her life. Like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you know what, you're a mass comm graduate, you should pursue this, you're good
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this, you should pursue this. I mean, you do not know what that person is struggling inside, and
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
you do not know his or her struggles, and you're just adding, you know, to-
Toxic. You're
or
just adding some stress.
more stress to her life, or yeah, you're just being toxic. So just let the person also explore or discover her own thing.
Yeah, I think that's people also should know. Like
Mm-mm.
don't be pakialamera in Tagalog, right? Just don't, yeah, I think maybe yeah, there are some people who are watching.
Mm-mm.
So if you see someone doing something that you doesn't like, just
Mm-mm.
let them.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oo.
because it's their life, and they will realize if that thing that what they're doing is bad, and then they will realize it in the future. Maybe not now, but yeah, in
Now,
the future they
yes.
will realize. So you don't
Mm-mm.
let
Mm-mm.
you just don't need to tell them this
Mm-mm.
kind of situation because it will make them or it will feel bad for other people. Although there are some people they can accept it, right?
Mm-mm. That's true.
Yeah, but
Oo.
some they can't.
Mm-mm. I think almost all.
Maybe 70%
Oh.
cannot.
Mm,
Yeah, but 30% can accept.
mm,
Yeah.
that's true. Wow, thank you very much.
That was
I love
that was
yeah,
a deep
that was deep.
conversation.
Oh. It
Too
feels
far.
like we're just talking like on Skype and not on the Facebook.
So yeah, do you have any message to everybody? Yeah, do you have any message during this kind
Um,
of situation?
like in life, honestly, like everything is getting uncertain, especially this year. Knowing from the news that there is a new like strain of coronavirus. So I wish and I pray for everyone that we should be resilient amidst of the adversity, and like no matter what, try to appreciate more what's in front of you and be present at the moment, because when we preoccupied, we tend to forget and like lose track of everything, like everything that's going on in our life. So just be present and let's live intently this year and appreciate more the people. If you are sorry, then be sorry. If you are thankful, be grateful, appreciate their presence. And I hope we'll have a like amazing um year, yeah, 2021. And yeah, I really pray that everybody will have a good health, and like we can always push through with our plans, especially the delayed plans from last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can still do it. Like it's
Oh,
not the end of the world yet, so you
mm,
can still do a lot of things this year.
mm,
Yeah, just don't take things seriously.
that's
I
true.
think that's the very most important. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, so how about Teacher Kish? I think I will give you the floor to invite our viewers. Maybe some of them they did not subscribe to our channel, which is our YouTube channel. So can you please invite them to please
do the
subscribe?
honor. Yes. Hello, everyone. For those who are watching and haven't subscribed with our YouTube channel, yeah, please hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified and be updated with the latest post of Keikensaya and the other adventures of the teachers here. And also, for those who can watch, probably who can watch this later, I'm not sure. I hope, yes, you'll subscribe. And please also like and follow our Facebook page, Keikensaya. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Thank you
much.
also. Yes.